What is up, YouTube? My name is Jazz and I'm from the account Recipes for Health. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, then you know that my full-time job is a private chef for professional NBA athletes. I was meal prepping for one of the athletes, so as a sneak peek into my job, I thought that I would take you guys along the journey of exactly how I plan all of my meals, the efficiency of cooking in the kitchen, and then how I execute it all. I am going to actually walk you guys through step by step how to effectively and efficiently meal prep, whether you want to do it for yourself, whether you're doing it for other people. I'm going to walk you guys through that. We have 5 different meals. We're doubling up those 5 meals and making 10 meals total. Now, you're going to see that the portion sizes are enormous. I usually cook for big guys that require a lot of calories and a lot of fuel. Without further ado, let's get into the recipe. The first step is to gain inspiration and build meals off of those inspiration. I have different ways to gain inspiration. One of those ways is Pinterest. If I see something that I really like, then I will pin that. So as you see here, I'm looking through Pinterest to see if anything actually catches my attention. And I go back and forth between my notes and I start writing down some recipes. I know which proteins that I'm gonna work with, so I'll write those down. We'll create the recipes through the base of the protein. I find that this process is great when you have a little bit of time so that you don't feel like you have to rush and you can really just browse on Instagram, browse on Pinterest, browse on Google. When I lived alone, I looked at the weekly ads at my local grocery store and I built my meals off of those ads to see what was on sale. You can do this however you wish, but the first step is inspiration and build your recipes. Stop the prepping. This is how I kind of did it, where I just found a few themes and then I built the meals off of those themes. So we're gonna do a pesto crusted salmon. We're gonna do 2 Mexican barbecue salmon bowls. We're gonna do like an Asian chicken and shrimp fried rice, a Mediterranean plate, and then 2 different Buddha bowls that are plant-based. Now I'm gonna go ahead and write the shopping list based on all the ingredients that I need. I'll have that list ready to go when I go to the store. Step number 2 is to build your shopping list off of your recipes. Go through your recipes, figure out exactly what you need to buy to build those recipes. A lot of the time I will do this by just looking through my cabinets first, looking through my pantry, looking through my fridge, and figuring out what I can utilize that I already have. And then when you build your shopping list, I like to categorize it vegetables and fruits because that's what you see when you first walk into the store. And I'll do grains and beans, and then I'll do proteins, and then I'll do cheeses. That way I'm not going back and forth throughout the store and I'm just going straight to the area and I'm grabbing everything that I need in that area. Step number 3, we're going to go grocery shopping. So go to your local grocery store, grab all your ingredients. This is always my favorite part. I'm headed out the door to Whole Foods. I have my list, I have my mask. Step 4, we get home and we have to put everything away. I like to kind of organize it by fridge, pantry. If I'm utilizing the things right away, I might keep them on the countertop. We gotta put everything away and get our space organized. I just got home. Now I have all these groceries to kind of sift through, put some in the fridge, and then I'm going to begin my prepping process. Step number 5 is to take a look at your recipes and figure out all of the different components in those recipes. Plan out your cooking day. For example, in a few of these recipes, we have sweet potato. So we are going to make sure that we get the sweet potato. Anything that takes a little bit longer or needs to marinate, we got to get those going first so that they have time. I like to organize this by what needs to cook on the stovetop oven, prepped and chopped, what can be prepped beforehand and stored in the fridge. I walk you guys through exactly how I differentiated the different steps.
So I've written all of my recipes down on all of the meals and exactly what goes in each of them, and then I kind of broke them down by like what needs to cook in the oven, what needs to go on the stove, and then other things will just be prepped. So I'm gonna get started on some of the things that take a little longer, like the sweet potatoes, the regular potatoes, and then I'm just gonna prep all of these things and then just set them aside, and they're ready to go when it's ready for assembly.
By the way, I was on a little bit of a time crunch. I had to get these meals delivered by 4 p.m. Everything that I did had to have some sort of organization to it, and I feel like that is the way to be the most efficient in the kitchen.
Sweet potatoes are washed, peeled, and chopped, and then I just like to throw these on a sheet pan with avocado oil. I'll probably use this avocado oil spray on top before I add the seasoning so the seasoning will stick. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a little bit of rosemary right on top.
Quick update, potatoes are all in the oven roasting up because they take the longest, and then everything here on the stove is like rice, quinoa, wild rice, pasta. So that's all going. That's kind of like the base to everything. Right after this, I'm going to start prepping all of the chopping of like the veggies and any fruit, all that kind of stuff. And it's just gonna go in little bowls, and then I'll be able to assemble everything at the very end. I learned this from Rachel Ray. Every time you're cooking on the countertop, you have a little discard bowl. And that discard bowl is like your countertop trash can. First meal that I got done was my shrimp and chicken fried rice. I actually cooked this recipe with quinoa and cauliflower rice. It's a little more high in protein and high in fiber. As you see here, I prepped the base and then I put that in a container, and then I prepped the chicken and the shrimp, and once that was done, I put that on the bowl. I put this with a side of extra soy sauce, and I chopped some green onions and added sesame seeds on top. Next up, I prepped my plant-based Buddha bowl. I started with a base of wild rice, and then I added massaged kale to the side, which acts as fiber. I topped it with the roasted sweet potatoes, some cooked beets, some diced green apples, some toasted and chopped pecans, a little bit of feta cheese. And lastly, I drizzled it with a little bit of a balsamic glaze, which really just brings everything together. So easy to meal prep. I'll probably end up posting that one on my Instagram page in case you guys are interested in the actual written recipe. Next up, we made a Greek pasta salad. I have a very similar recipe to this in my e-cookbook, so I would highly recommend that one. It's such an easy meal prep recipe, perfect for the summer, and really easy to make large portions of it. You can add anything that you have on hand, and it just comes together really, really well. As you see, I started with a base of brown rice pasta and then added all of my chopped vegetables in there. So we had hearts of palm, chickpeas, red onion, cucumber, tomato, and we'll mix it all up and added some black olives. Lastly, I cooked the chicken and then put the chicken on top of that. And I served this meal with a side of hummus, a sprinkle of sumac, which is one of my favorite spices, and a little bit of a homemade Italian dressing.
This is the part that no one really talks about, but take a look at all these dishes I gotta do. Yay.
Now we're moving on to the 2 salmon recipes. Salmon is one of my absolute favorite fish to cook. For one of those recipes is a barbecue salmon with a cilantro lime white rice, think chipotle, and a delicious and fresh mango salsa. The other salmon is a pesto crusted salmon, which I actually have the recipe for right here on YouTube. Click the link above and it'll take you right there. I want to know which meal is your actual favorite and which one you would want. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel, as it really does help me. And if you like more content like this, I can make it for you. See you guys in the next video. Bye.